Exclusive at 6, a crisis in Sarpy County.
The jail's so full, some inmates have been housed in the gym.
Next, we're live with the search for solutions.
Plus, caught on camera, an OPS teacher is accused of inappropriately touching a first grader.
We anticipate that there will be more victims and more charges to be filed.
And the Omaha vet determined to make a difference in the lives of pets and their owners.
It's a rough stretch of early winter weather. While we'll see some sunshine for Wednesday, the cold temperatures, they are sticking around to the forecast.
Live from 7 Burlington Station, this is Omaha's news leader. KETV News Watch 7 at 6.
Overcrowded, understaffed. Sarpy County officials say conditions at the jail there desperately need to be addressed.
And they say the problem is only going to get worse as the county continues its explosive growth. So what's the solution?
Well, KETV News Watch 7 Sarah Feely investigates in this KETV News Watch 7 exclusive.
Ayes 5, nays none.
Sarpy County Commissioners unanimously approve adding 5 correctional officers to the Sarpy County Jail, bringing the total staff to about 45.
We're well above where we need to be with the current staffing level.
Jail administrators say the daily population hovers around 165 when the functional capacity is about 125. One October day, the jail had 202 inmates, and at one point, nearly 30 people had to sleep in the gym.
It's to the point now we're kind of a crisis mode. So we're going to have to do more corrections officers. We're going to have to do those kind of things as stopgap measure until we get a jail big enough.
In addition, there's another couple dozen inmates held in other county jails that Sarpy has to pay for. Sarpy County is transitioning to a civilian-led corrections department, taking the sheriff's deputies out of the jail and putting correctional officers in. The focus is also turning to jail alternatives like pretrial release and diversion.
Pretrial release, we have work release, and any number of programs like that. And so we have about 250 to 300 people on those programs at any given day.
The board also hired a firm to scout out land to build a new jail that will be able to house more people and offer services too, especially mental health.
The biggest factor in eliminate jail overcrowding is to address your mental health issue.
As of today, there are 179 inmates in the jail behind me, and the county board expects that firm to give them their report on where they plan to buy that land by the end of the year. But no plans are set in stone for when they may break ground on that construction or when they may move in. Reporting live in Sarpy County, Sarah Feely, KETV News Watch 7.
All right, Sarah, thanks. Now, earlier this year, we reported on problems at the Douglas County Jail as well. The Fraternal Order of Police, which is the union that represents officers at the jail, said overtime is at a crisis level. Officers told us and county commissioners they were being ordered to work mandatory overtime and can barely stay awake. Also being paid far less than officers in surrounding counties.
Developing tonight, the former Archbishop of Omaha issues an apology. This after the church releases an unprecedented report detailing a pattern of sexual misconduct by priests that lasted for decades. Archbishop Emeritus Eldon Curtis says he made the decisions in the 16 years that he oversaw the diocese that would not be considered appropriate by today's standards, adding, quote, "I'm profoundly sorry for the pain some of my decisions caused victims and their families." Well, we're learning more tonight about an OPS elementary teacher accused of sexually assaulting a 7-year-old.
Yeah, police say there's video of an incident on the Fontenelle playground with 30-year-old Greg Seglicek, and they fear there could be more victims. KETV News Watch 7's Jose Zazai is live with the latest on this investigation.
Rob, that video taken here at the playground of Fontenelle Elementary shows inappropriate conduct, but not specifically the sexual assault. As soon as it happened, though, OPS placed Sedlicek on administrative leave. Omaha's police's child victim unit then analyzed that video, then interviewed the student with the help of Project Harmony. That information was enough to arrest Sedlicek on first-degree sexual assault of a child. He has been a teacher at Fontenelle for 2.5 years. Police and child advocates at Project Harmony today want parents to pay close attention, saying teachers that their kids trust them could be grooming and abusing them without even knowing.
Grooming comes in the form of affection. This is their favorite child, or this child has been made the special child.
We anticipate that there will be more victims and more charges to be filed coming up here within the next day or two.
And court documents show the abuse dates back to May of this year. Police say Sedlacek worked in other districts in Nebraska before being hired by OPS. So everyone I talked to today said it's much better. It's always better to be safe than sorry, and say that you should file a report if a parent, any adult suspects any kind of this particular behavior. Reporting live, Jose Zozaya, KETV News Watch 7.
Jose, thank you. Well, police say a man ran a red light this weekend, killing a 14-year-old. He's now charged with motor vehicle homicide. The Douglas County prosecutor says Jeffrey Egling was drunk when he hit another car at 144th and Harrison and then took off. 14-year-old Trevor Kennedy, who was buckled up, was ejected and he died. His dad was seriously hurt. Egling is also charged with leaving the scene. He is due in court tomorrow morning.
To the weather now. Check out this time-lapse video. It shows flurries falling over Omaha today. Did you see them? Can we expect more of the same tomorrow? Chief Meteorologist Bill Ramby is here so you can plan ahead. Bill.
Rob, we're going to get some sunshine tomorrow, but still some more flurries to get through this evening. Here's a live look with our SkyCam network. First, we'll take a look at Super Doppler 7 radar, and you can see the precipitation that is occurring. These flurries and snow showers, which are southwest and moving toward the east-southeast. So there you go. Mainly the West Metro, Utan, Gretna, Ashland, seeing some flurries and light snow. That will continue to be the case this evening here. We have a little breeze out of the southwest currently at 6 miles an hour, and the temperature is at 30, as warm as we've been through the day. So the little southwest breeze will carry the flurries on across the Omaha Metro. They'll continue southeastward with time this evening. Not a lot of precipitation with this, just something that you'll see, and then clearing skies later on for tonight. We're still mostly cloudy and cold, though, and while the sunshine returns Wednesday, very, very chilly temperatures in the 7-day. That's coming up later. We'll be into the upper teens early tomorrow morning, so cold enough there. Julie.
Okay, thanks, Bill. Well, a Hastings strip club will be the first bottle club to get a liquor license under a new Nebraska law. The Liquor Control Commission voted unanimously to grant a place called The Platform a Class M license. Nebraska lawmakers created the new license last session to help close a loophole that was allowing bottle clubs to go unregulated. The owner says he welcomes law enforcement visits.
I have no problems with compliance checks, officers coming in. My membership list is always there in the office at the checkout. If you're not hiding anything, you don't have any reason not to let them in.
That was a good answer.
Well, commissioners said they'll review the license in a year to see how the establishment is doing. So far, there have not been any other bottle club license applications to the state.
Questions concerning tasers took up much of today's testimony in the 7th day of the Scotty Payne trial. KETV News Watch 7's Camilla Ortiz live with what Omaha police officers who took the stand told the jury today. Camilla.
Rob, others who came into contact with Zachary Bearheels shared what they saw and did that June night, but the biggest discrepancy is between the taser instructors who testified. Yesterday, Officer David Staskowitz, who is a senior master instructor, said data shows most of former Officer Payne's 12 taser pulls didn't work because a prong came loose. Today, Officer Mandy Campbell, who taught the taser class Payne took, testified that officers should move on to different methods if the taser isn't working because internal damage could still be taking place.
It's being ineffective on them as a sensory motor skill as far as the pain, but metabolically and physiologically, it's affecting their bodies. So you want to avoid that.
During a break today, defense attorney Steve Loeffler asked the court to dismiss the charges against Payne, saying the state still hasn't proved intent. The judge dismissed that motion immediately, and the trial will continue tomorrow. Back to you.
Okay, thanks, Camilla. Well, we've been getting a lot of questions today about the Cass County property owner where authorities busted the cockfighting ring. We can confirm that he is dead tonight. KETV News Watch 7's David Earls on the live desk with what we know. David.
Yeah, Julie, a lot of people were asking us about this today, so here's what we've learned from Cass County officials. They found Marvin Vogler dead in a field on his property around 11:30 today. No one had seen him since late Sunday night. Right now, authorities tell us they do not suspect any foul play. They didn't find any other tracks in the snow out there in the field, but they will perform an autopsy to determine the cause of death. You'll remember the Nebraska Humane Society rescued 186 live roosters and arrested 32 people last month on Vogler's property. Authorities say they busted a cockfighting ring. Vogler told us he didn't know anything about it. He let a friend borrow the barn on the property Thanksgiving night. Authorities never named him or charged him related to the cockfighting. Julie?
Okay, thank you, David. Well, President Trump is coming to Kansas City on Friday. The president is set to address hundreds of police officers. He'll speak at a national conference hosted by the Department of Justice. It focuses on crime reduction and community engagement. Among those being honored, the Omaha Police Department for its work in the community.
There's a new vet in downtown Omaha taking a unique approach to treating animals. The Farnham Pet Hospital is bringing in medical professionals and out-of-town experts to make sure its clients get the best care possible. KETV News Watch 7's Chindone has this news story at 6.
All right, everyone in.
Dr. Drew Olson grew up downtown and now has his dream clinic, Farnham Pet Hospital. He chose the location at 15th and Farnham for a reason.
We've integrated in with the community, so people are walking here.
That exercise is part of rehab for the pets to get back on their feet.
All right.
Come on.
Come on, buddy.
Come, he's such a mama's boy. Come on, let's go.
Bear is a 158-pound Mastiff mix who turns 11 years old Wednesday. His age is getting to him.
He started to not stand up on his own, and I would have to help pull him up and help stand him up whenever he wanted to get up.
Dana Zucker walks her dogs here for veterinary care. Bear is the first to be a part of a new collaboration.
But what I'm feeling under my hands is the actual movement of the joints themselves.
Dr. Kirk Peck is the chair of Creighton University's Physical Therapy Department. Although he works with humans, he's certified to treat animals too.
For Bear, the issue is just to get some general mobility throughout the entire spine, because if you improve mobility down here in the hip, it'll actually take slack off their low back.
Staff here can also collaborate with others just about anywhere thanks to technology. Surgery rooms with equipment for anesthesia and fully digital x-ray machines to send information instantaneously.
Those are blood machines here, so you actually can take the blood and run it right in here, and you have an answer within about 15 minutes.
Olson says he's proud to be the new kid on the block this year and already has 600 new patients.
It's this hospital in Omaha, but it has these links to all these other places.
Hey, buddy, let's go home. Here we go.
In Omaha, Chindone, KETV News Watch 7.
The Farnham Pet Hospital and Creighton University hope to bring physical therapy students on board in the future to get veterinary experience.
Next, some big changes for the Summer Arts Festival this year.
Plus, just the excuse you've been looking for to have a few cookies after dinner tonight. I know one guy's going to be looking at that story very closely. Bill?
Love the cookie, absolutely. And a good night for it. A couple of flurries are showing up on Super Doppler 7 radar, moving across Valley, U10, Elkhorn, Gretna. Here's our Almanac page. A high temperature today of 30. That's the current temperature. 22 was the low, and so far just a trace of snow, no measurable precipitation.